Hello, I'm the Resolute Cartographer, and today I'm coming to you with a quick tutorial about how to use Digipicks. This is the lockpicking hacking minigame for Starfield. Before we get into the actual use of the Digipick, let's take a look at the perk that controls their use, Security. You can see here that there are 4 ranks of the skill, but really there are 5 if you include rank 0. Without investing any points in security, you can only open novice level locks. With 1 point in security, you can also open advanced locks. With 2 points, you can open expert locks. With 3 points, you can open master level locks. And with 4 points, you can expend a pick to remove all the keys that can't be used in the puzzle. What does that mean exactly? We'll take a look at the interface to find out, but before that, note that all these perks also say that with higher ranks, you can bank more auto attempts. Every time you successfully pick a lock, you add an auto attempt. How do these work? Let's take a look. Here we have an expert level safe, so let's open it up. Okay, so we've got rings on the left and we have keys on the right. Now, the goal here is to fill every one of the gaps in these rings with the teeth on the keys on the right. Now, you'll probably notice that as I go through this that there are different colors to the rings depending on the keys that I've selected. The color of the ring tells you that the selected key can fit into the ring. Blue means that the key can slot, white means that the key cannot. Keep in mind that this color code is only present when you invested 2 or more points into security. That said, you can fairly easily see what keys fit into what rings at the lower levels, so it's less of a necessity there. Now, as I said when looking at the perks, with 4 points invested, you can expend an extra Digipick to remove keys that don't fit any of the rings, so ones like this. Now, I'm sure that this is great for decluttering the interface, but I don't really think that it's necessary, and I wouldn't want to expend a Digipick doing that. So let's talk about how to solve this lock. First, we have to make a plan. Don't just start plugging away, line out your entire plan of action. Second, start with a key that works only with a specific ring. They aren't guaranteed to be what you need to advance, but they're a good place to start. So with this one, for example, it works only in this last ring here, the centralmost one. So what we do here is we spin it around until we find a place that it fits. We'll check all around just to see, and yeah, it really only fits right there. So that and a single key will get us what we need for that last ring. So with that last ring lined out, let's move on to the others. The third thing to keep in mind is to start with keys with more teeth before moving on to keys with fewer teeth. This is important because while the ones with fewer teeth can fit in more locations, the ones with more teeth are more specific. So for example, for this outer ring, this key only fits the outer ring. So we can bring it around like that, and you can see that then there are only 2 left that need to be filled. Probably ones that can be filled by this. There we go, that and that. So the fourth thing to keep in mind is that there's always a set of keys that work for a lock. If you filled a ring or 2 and you can't find the keys that fit what remain, you've made a mistake. Connected to this, just because you find a set of keys that fit a ring doesn't mean that those are the right keys for that ring. Only once you've matched every key ring do you know that you have the right keys for those locks. Fifth, if you're really having trouble finding the right key, go ahead and use an auto attempt, and it will pick the right key to start the picking. Keep in mind that you bank these auto attempts with successful picking, so you probably don't want to expend them on every lock. So with that in mind, why don't we take a look? Let's see, right here we know this one doesn't fit anything, but if we use an auto attempt, it grabs this key, so we know this is the right one. And we already had found this one, but again, if we hadn't, we'd know to go ahead with this one. So we can go ahead and slot this one in, and we can slot in this one as well. Now, I know I said find a plan for the entire thing, but those 2 we know for sure fit. So why don't we go ahead and find the next spot here. That one again is in the middle. Sorry, this one right here and this one right here is for the centralmost ring. This one right here will fit right there, and then we can also take this and slot it in right there. And then we go ahead with this and this. There we go. We got the safe open, we got our ammo, we got our isocentered magnet. And I think that does it for this safe. Why don't we go ahead and take a look at another one just to go over it again. Okay, and here we have another expert level lock, this time on a weapons case. Let's go ahead and open it up. So again, we're going to try to come up with a plan first, and then we'll execute it. So we go in here, and we can see that this one only works with the outermost ring. So that perfectly lines up there, which means we can also grab a single key and drop it in like that. Let's see if there's anything else that works specifically for any of the other rings. Well, this one we know we already have the outermost one locked down effectively, but we can take a look and see about that. That would work right there, which means we'd only need another 3 keys for that central ring, which means that we could line that up like that. And right there we have the central ring, because we can see that this locks in right there, this locks in right there, this locks in right there, and with these 3, right there, right there, right there. With the first and last one lined out, let's take a look at the middle ring there. Well, the in-between one, I should say. And with that, we have everything lined out. So, why don't we go ahead and start this thing up, which is the right one again. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And there we go. We opened it up. Alright, I hope that this has helped. If you're interested in more Starfield content, I've published a Starfield lore video and I'm working on more. This has been the Resolute Cartographer. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time.